Paranormal's Army, it is the most wonderful time of the year. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, rocking around the Christmas tree, rewatching Home Alone for the 1000th time, and it is the debut of Paranormal's Frightmare Before Christmas. For the month of December, we are replaying the best and scariest Paranormal's episodes every single day of the month with a few surprises to keep things interesting for you guys. We've gained a lot of new subscribers lately, so to help catch up on our old videos, our 2-part videos will be condensed into one video. Secondly, we will be giving 2 prizes of $500 away to the 2 people who find the Spirit Tech logo hidden in 2 of the videos throughout the month. This is not 2 Spirit Tech logos per video, it's 2 Spirit Tech logos in the entire month of December. And if the same person finds both, that person will win $1,000. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what's in it for Johnny and Jordan? And to be honest with you guys, we have hit another crossroads with the channel.
Most of you that are watching have no idea how YouTube works. At the end of the day, we're really not doing this for any other reason besides the fact that we want to study our analytics for the entire month and decide if it's worth it for us to do this again full time. And we're hoping that you guys as our viewers and our family and everybody that's been there from day one will understand that we're trying to connect with new people. Our analytics reached out to you and you're the community we have now, but there's a huge potential of people that just don't know who we are, that if we post every single day at 6 p.m., we might reach more people, and that's kind of the gain that we want to try and reach.
As you guys have seen, we haven't been very active on the channel this year because over a year ago, we went all in on the channel, chasing a dream, and we completely crashed, burned, and failed miserably despite posting regularly. And we're still recovering from that. Our lives suffered greatly, our relationship with each other suffered greatly, and this is what eventually led to me leaving the channel. We really want to do the channel full time again, but we also need to know that it's worth it for us financially to do so. The best month for YouTubers financially is December in terms of ad revenue and everything. So what we need you guys to do is hang out with us every single day at 6 p.m. Central Time in the live premieres and rewatch these old videos for us, because if we get the support from you guys, we know that this is something that we are able to pursue at this point of our lives. And I know we see in the comments that a lot of you guys think that we're rich YouTubers and we're just being lazy, but that's not the case at all. In fact, most of the videos that you guys have already seen from last year that we're going to be replaying this month, they barely made any money at all when they came out. So if this month goes really well for us, we'll know that this is worth it. And if it goes really well for us, what you guys get in return is a ton of brand new Paranormal's episodes, because we'll have the funds from this month to do so. So if you want to see a ton of brand new Paranormal's episodes in 2023 and have the chance to potentially win $1,000, tune in every day at 6 p.m. Central Time to hang out with us and try your luck. Thanks again for everybody in the Paranormal's Army for continuing to support us, and good luck. Before we begin this episode, we must warn you that the episode you're about to watch deals with the topic of suicide, which some viewers may find disturbing or triggering. If you don't have anyone or prefer to speak to someone else, please call the suicide prevention hotline in your area. As someone who has dealt with depression and suicidal thoughts throughout my life, I know how much it can help just to have somebody to talk to. But no matter who you decide to vent to, please consider talking to a healthcare professional because life does get better. The issue of suicide has long been stigmatized in Western culture. There's been this misconception that because you live in a developed nation that you have nothing to be depressed about and you have no excuses. However, as the data shows, mental illness does not choose who to affect and who not to affect based on geography and class differences. The home we're investigating this week belongs to a man named Jeffrey. Jeffrey comes from a family of doctors in Manitoba, and he carried on that tradition himself and now practices as a surgeon in the Vancouver area. Jeffrey bought a second home for himself in his home province of Manitoba 5 years ago as an investment and as a place to stay when he comes back to Manitoba to visit family and friends. Since he's not in Manitoba very often, he rents it out to family members and other friends when they come to stay in Manitoba. Jeffrey realized there might be a haunting in his newly acquired property shortly after taking possession. He had spent his evening drinking red wine at the kitchen table while writing out a to-do list for the following day, as he had plenty to take care of before taking a flight back to Vancouver, as well as upon his arrival back home. He went to bed and slept soundly throughout the night. However, what he saw on the kitchen table when he awoke the next morning confused him, as well as creeped him out. On a piece of paper that he left out, he noticed a strange word at the bottom, written with the pen that he had left beside it. In black ink at the bottom of his to-do list, in handwriting he did not recognize, was written the word "hi," with a scribble that looked like either an N or an M next to it. He found this extremely odd, but had a busy day before his flight that evening, so he brushed it off and continued on with his day. 6 months later, while he was at home in Vancouver, his cousin, who was a software developer living in Toronto, was in town and stayed at Jeffrey's place for 3 nights. The first 2 nights were uneventful, but the third night he was awoken late at night by a chilling sound of a woman sobbing in the basement. When he investigated the sound, he found that it was coming from behind a door that was wide open to his knowledge before he went to bed, but was now locked. About 10 minutes after discovering the source of the sobbing, it stopped, and the cousin went back to bed, but didn't sleep at all for the rest of the night. When Jeffrey visited Manitoba 1 month later, he asked the next door neighbor if they had heard of anything strange happening at his house. They told him that although they'd only owned their house since 2009, they had heard a rumor that a woman had killed herself in the home in the early 1960s. They didn't know her name, but what they'd heard is that she had been found dead in the basement shortly after she moved in with her new husband. Neighbors heard her loudly sobbing in the house all evening after she learned that her husband of only 2 months had run off with another woman. Jeffrey says that although he's never had anything like disembodied sobbing or phantom words written down on paper since the events with him and his cousin years ago, strange events still happen, like lights turning on for no reason, and strange tapping sounds can be heard throughout the house regularly. And the basement door where his cousin heard the sobbing, he keeps locked at all times. We wanted to know if we could make contact with this woman to see if we could tell her story and find out more about her tragic death. Obviously, suicide is a heavy subject, and doing a paranormal investigation around a potential suicide victim can be even more confidential, but we went out of our way to try and be as respectful to the victim and their family during this investigation.
Creepy. Downstairs.
What?
Creepy downstairs.
Creepy down there?
Yeah, let's go up here first. Hello.
Pretty nice for like how old it is. What's that? It's a fucking dead bird. You never said anything about like birds and stuff being in here.
That's gross. Pick it up.
I don't want to touch it.
Get some toilet paper.
Well, can we like sweep it up or something?
That's disgusting.
How did that get in?
I don't know. Is that open the window? Unless it gets into the basement?
Maybe.
Where's all the lights? That's disgusting.
Oh.
That's fucking creepy.
Now what do I do with it?
Throw it outside.
So this was a really creepy way to start off the investigation. We got there, we were all excited to get things underway, and we found a dead bird in the hallway, which we blurred it out because, you know, there's some blood and YouTube doesn't like that kind of thing, so we just went ahead and blurred it out for you guys. But it was super strange because Jeffrey had never told me anything about, you know, birds coming into the house or anything, and we looked around, there were no open windows where a bird may have flown in. So just a really, really super creepy way to start the investigation.
Okay. Thank you for doing that. Can you do it one more time?
Oh.
Oh. That one just started going off, hey?
Yeah, it just started. It didn't get all the way, but yeah, just like that.
Can you touch it? Make it? Yeah, I saw it. Can you make it go all the way up? Oh, man. Oh, that one went off?
The one on the floor. Holy.
The floor?
The one on the floor.
What is going on here? Thank you for doing that. We'd love to communicate with you. We're not ready yet, but okay, we will be soon. This one's going off too. Okay.
I've never seen this.
No. Thank you so much. Can you touch the one that's in the middle too? So what was all going on with this situation was really weird. It started off with the middle one going off on its own, and then it triggered me to start doing a K2 test just to see what I would get. And that started going off pretty good, maybe around the yellow mark. And then we noticed that the two end ones, the one in the hall and the one on the left on the table, really started going up. They were redlining, and the one in the middle it died out completely. Initially, I thought maybe there was a Wi-Fi signal that could have been doing this, as there was a Wi-Fi tower that was maybe 5 feet away. But Jordan mentioned that why wouldn't the middle one be going off at the exact same time then? So it really didn't make any sense. And especially throughout the rest of the night, the REM pods kind of went off a little bit more sporadically in the exact same area where that Wi-Fi tower was. Yeah, why? I don't get that.
That was the first one that it touched. Oh, as soon as I said that.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're here to communicate, so this is a great thing you're doing for us. It really means a lot. Okay, well, let's just get started then.
Okay, let's get started.
That was so weird. What the? What?
Like, no matter where you move. Oh.
Why is that? That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. It should be going when I'm touching it.
Yeah. Now let go. Come move away.
What is going on? That makes no sense at all.
And it's slowing down.
The one REM pod in the hallway especially just tripped me out because when I moved it to see if it would continue going off in the middle of the room, it still continued to go off like as it should as I was touching it. But then you can see in the clip, I let go, and then I grab it again. And for some reason, when I grab it again, that's when it decides to shut off. And then when I let it go, it continues to go off, which to me, to Johnny, it makes absolutely no sense why that would happen. When you touch the tripod, it'll still go off, so that makes absolutely no sense why that one is going off on the floor. I was touching it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that you were touching it and then it would stop.
Yeah, theoretically it would just keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
It would.
Theoretically, like, it's beeping, and then I'd touch it.
It would go.
It would still go on. Beeping,
yeah.
But it'd stop.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what to make of that. No. Look. No, nothing.
Yeah.
Silence. That's so weird. Right.
That was me.
I'm about to set it off. My name is Jordan and this is Johnny. And we're just here to hopefully talk to you and find out more about you today. Can you tell me what your name is?
We do appreciate you making the REM pods there go off. Those are called REM pods and you can touch the antenna.
Yes.
That was you?
That was, or can I know what your name is?
Can you tell us how many years you've lived here for or you've been residing here? That was me. That is so strange that they were going off like that though.
Okay.
We want to tell it what?
I just want to let her, presumably her, I just want to let her...
focusing on something right beside you on the couch.
Okay, perfect. I just want to let her know that I'm leaving out my computer. Hand? Yeah, I'm using my hand.
K2 just went off a couple times, 2-3 times. Child.
Were you, I don't know if she had a child or if she was pregnant.
Well, there was an affair, right?
Yeah.
And if there was a child involved.
Like allegedly, like this is like the rumor.
I know.
That we were told.
But I'm going to take that as face value.
You can use, this is my computer. If you want to, we know that you like to write things. You can just use this to type your name. Like my name is Jordan. Darkness. It's pretty dark in here. My name is Jordan and I'll just go Jordyn. And you can do the same thing. Here, I'll give you a little bit of space.
And it's a lot easier to do than...
Rachel? Or you can use the Ovilus. Jeffrey told us about the time where he left a pen and pad out overnight, and when he woke up, he saw a word scribbled on the paper. We thought it would be cool to play on that concept, and what I thought would be a fun experiment would be to leave my laptop out to see if the spirit could, write something, hopefully write her name, his or her name on the laptop. So just as I was teaching them how to use it, because we've heard that, the spirit we're dealing with, they've been dead since the 1960s, so they wouldn't have seen anything like this before. I was teaching them how to use the laptop, and after doing so, I was just about to say you can use the Ovilus, but before I could even spit it out, the word Rachel came through. Is your name Rachel? Can you say yes or touch one of the REM pods if that's your name? But it's weird. Like
the REM pod in there. REM pod in the hall. Just after you asked.
Oh.
It won't focus. Thank you. You can go and touch it all the way. That's right where that dead bird was too. Do you have something to do with the dead bird, or is that just a coincidence? If you do have something to do with it, can you tell us on the Ovilus or light up the REM pod all the way? Maybe. It's tracking something walking over to the bathroom.
Cousin.
We're getting a lot of words that are... We can try and piece this together. Rachel, cousin. Yes, we...
Maybe like her husband is having an affair with her cousin?
That could be.
Ooh. Doing what we do, using an Ovilus and stuff like that, half the time we don't know if the words we're coming through and the theories we come up with are, if we're just trying to make something out of nothing, or if they're actual light intelligent responses. So when the word Rachel came through, it would seem to be such an intelligent response, and shortly after, it said cousin. And with everything else going on, like you can see like the REM pod going off just as it said Rachel too, it seemed that somehow a cousin played into the story as well. And perhaps that Rachel's husband may have run off with her cousin. We don't know. We have another REM pod right here too if you want to use this to let us know that you're here. There's another one right here. You just have to touch it.
What was that?
You heard something?
What was that?
You heard something? You heard something?
Yeah, it sounded like a kid's voice.
Ready.
It said...
Ready?
What did it say earlier? Did it say child? Yeah, it did say
It
child.
sounded like a kid's voice coming from down here. I don't know if I want to turn these lights off. I was going to turn them off. I feel like I got to because I want to see if I can catch a shadow with this light. Oh, that was really creepy. Was that your voice I heard?
This is the one room.
Magic.
Yeah, it'd be magic if you could open that.
This is the one room we can't get into. Is that where you killed yourself?
Possibly in that room.
When we finally made our way downstairs, we encountered the room that Jeffrey keeps locked at all times. And I had asked at that time openly to the spirit if that was the room that she had killed herself in. And when we reviewed the footage, we saw that the K2 meter that we had left upstairs peaked at that moment for the highest peak that it had ever been for that entire night. I'm so sorry about what happened. I just want to know. I want to be able to tell. Quake?
Quake? We have a Quake pod.
We have a Quake pod. No, I think that's just my phone. Here.
No, the bump. Did you tap your foot?
I don't. Maybe.
I keep hearing this. We got to set up the Quake pod.
Recently, we got a new shipment of gear from our sponsor, Spirit Tech, and they sent us a brand new piece of gear that I don't think anybody else actually has right now. Is a Quake pod, and what a Quake pod is it works very similar to a REM pod, so you can touch it and it will go off like a normal REM pod, but it also picks up vibrations from footsteps in the area. So depending on the sensitivity that you set the equipment at and how hard you stomp, like sometimes you have to stomp right next to it to make it go off, or sometimes, you know, I did some experimenting with it and you can make it go off from like 5 feet away if the sensitivity is high enough. So what we decided to do was place it at the top of the stairwell because it was a high, like heavily foot trafficked area, so if something was walking up or down the stairs, we would hear it.
Sadness.
Sadness. That one makes sense, doesn't
Fell.
it? Fell? Like, did you fall down the stairs? Maybe you didn't commit suicide?
Somebody push you down the stairs? Can you do something for us to let us know that you're still here?
Oh, it went up.
I just saw it, yeah. Can you do something a little bit more?
Oh, it went up another one.
And the K2 went off just as it did
Yeah,
that.
I saw that.
Come on, do a little bit more, please. It's tracking something right behind that REM pod.
Yeah, it's all, look, it's going up.
Come on, try a little harder, please. When Fel came through the Ovulus, it really hit a little bit differently for me because the first thing I thought of was being a suicide story, you know, that we had heard. My immediate thought went straight to foul play. And maybe she was saying fell because that would be the, you know, term that she would use. But I thought maybe she was pushed down the stairs. So that's kind of immediately where my mind went on this one. But it was only until later that we really knew that this word was going to be very important throughout the night. You
You hear that? Yeah, there was something.
A knock over here.
Yeah, it was from the kitchen. Are you in here, Rachel? Or if your name is not Rachel, I apologize, but
That's what we're gonna go with for tonight.
Yeah, well, that's the name after I asked. The first name I got. If your name is not Rachel, can you use this device to say no?
Yeah. Do something to let us know if your name's not Rachel. Give us an unmistakable sign. That was a clear knock from inside the kitchen.
It was a clear knock from the kitchen. Bill. Just said Bill.
These names.
So many. It's given us like 4 names.
I wonder if it has it has the opportunity to talk right now. So it's just trying to reach out to people that it remembers.
That could be too.
You know,
To friends and
names
stuff
of
like
people
that.
that you know that were close.
That's something I've never even thought of. But
Yeah, just like you have an opportunity to talk. There's people here, and you know.
that's a good thought.
You know, you can he or she or whatever can hear these names coming through.
I still feel like it's Rachel. I can't help thinking maybe like she used most of her energy on the REM pods
Earlier?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a 5-minute.
Yeah, it feels.
Leave them on.
Leave them on, but
leave them on because she can use the energy from everything that's on now.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it feels dead right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's like she just read my mind.
That's freaky.
That actually freaks me out a bit. Okay, Rachel, we're gonna take a short break and we're gonna talk to you in a few minutes.
I feel like you shouldn't have your hands on that bad boy.
You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy for ever using a Ouija board again after my whole ordeal with the attachment. But the truth is, I've been feeling pretty good lately. I've been focusing a lot of my time on like meditation and focusing my thoughts and feelings on positivity, which is helping a lot. As well as Patty actually gave me a little porcelain heart to take with me everywhere I go and to put under my pillow and stuff like that. And I take it with me at all times. I had it with me at the investigation. So I felt that all things considered, if we use the Ouija board in a responsible way, I should have no issue. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Counterclockwise 3 times.
Okay.
Are we speaking to Rachel right now?
My hands started shaking immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, my hands are shaking.
It's going to yes.
I'm like barely touching this thing.
Yes.
That's fucked. Oh, my fingers are shaking.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
How long?
Oh, look at this. Oh, God.
How long? Let's put it back on. How long have you been here? Do you not know how long you've been here?
I'm shaking like crazy. Can you feel it?
Oh yeah.
You can feel it?
Yeah.
Like, I can see it on the phone too.
Rachel, can you spell your name for me on the board? Come on, try a little bit harder, please. I know you can do it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, there's a knock over there.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh,
It feels like it's really, really difficult for her.
It's on D.
I think it's going to the R.
Oh, I'm shaking. So bad. Holy fuck, I thought I saw something over there. Again.
Another knock.
It's like, it's all around. my god. It's like stuck between the A and the B. Oh man. Are you just not freaking out?
I'm kind of excited, honestly. Oh, this one feels strong.
I can see both of our fingers sliding. Can you see that?
Yeah.
My fingers are sliding underneath it, and I can see yours sliding underneath it. It's like just going random now. Again.
That might be the fridge, actually. I don't know, though.
I haven't heard it, though, before. It skipped over C, hey?
I think it stopped on C, like, really quick. Okay, that's good enough. We don't need you to spell the rest of your name. Johnny and I had a theory going fairly early on that the spirit that we were dealing with may have used up all its energy, like, early on in the night when it made all the REM pods go off at the same time. And it seemed to be true when we used the Ouija board, because when I asked what its name was, it said RAC. And it felt like the energy just died out, like it couldn't complete the word. And it did that a few other times, so that seemed to be the case as far as we could tell. And also, it was really cool to get such great results with a Ouija board right away. And, you know, like I said earlier, when we're using the Ovilus, half the time we don't know if it's nonsense or if it's intelligent responses. But just to see, you know, just to see the Ouija board corroborate the answers that we got on the Ovilus was very encouraging. Rachel, did you kill yourself in this house? Right back to yes.
You're not doing that, are you?
I'm not. Let's try something. Rachel, can you do me a favor and move the planchette to the letter Y? I just want to know that you can move to other parts of the board.
Holy fuck. H?
Stop on the H?
Yeah. I. Him. Him.
Him.
Who's him? Who is he?
Maybe she wasn't done.
Oh fuck, I thought I saw something. I thought I saw the light of the REM pod.
Did it stop on the V or no?
No. It's stuck in on the T.
Rachel, if you want, you can touch the REM pod to my right, to Johnny's left. Touch that antenna.
I thought I heard REM pod over there going off, but maybe not.
Might be easier for you just to touch the REM pod. Okay, Rachel, can you say goodbye if you have nothing else to say?
No.
No, you want to keep talking? Why do you want to keep talking? How did you kill yourself?
Don't you think that if that fridge was making that noise, we'd have heard it again?
Probably.
The F. F-E. What is that noise?
I have no idea what that is.
Still moving. Holy smokes, that scared the shit out of me.
Fell?
Fell? Fell? Like you fell from the ovulus? Holy shit.
Rachel, did you fall down the stairs?
I don't think she fell. Maybe. Maybe.
Why would you kill yourself by falling?
I don't know. That's why I think maybe pushed. I think pushed, but she's saying fell. Oh, my hands are shaking again.
Did you fall, Rachel?
This is still going. That better be going still. Nine. No.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I thought he was going to go to 9.
Okay, goodbye, Rachel. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
That was fucked.
That was
Oh,
insane.
my hands are shaking.
I can't believe that, man.
Oh, man. I didn't even know what fell meant right away.
You didn't put that together right away? I saw F-E and I didn't know, and then it started going to the L. I'm like, no way.
I thought it was going to go femme, like female.
No, I knew as soon as it started going that way, I knew it was going for the L.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go M, like female.
Huh. Wow.
This is still recording. That one should be. I hope it's not shaky, man. My hands are shaking so bad.
I don't think so. I could feel it, but just barely. Well, I think our theory about how she like used up all her energy at that point, because like when I asked her to do like a long, like, can you spell your name? She got R-I-A-C, and you could just feel it die out.
Oh yeah, and just moving all over.
So it's like she was like strong enough to answer like yes or no questions.
You know what,
or even
though?
fell, she just did
wonder.
F-E-L. She didn't do the second L.
Yeah. I want to go see if that REM pod's still kind of going off.
Okay.
Nada. So something was standing over there, and maybe it's not going off because she was standing over here beside us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because maybe she was standing over here kind of shy. And then when we started the Ouija board session, she moved over. And we heard all the knocks over here. I don't think it was the fridge, to be honest.
No. The first couple I was like, that's got to be the fridge, but it was so like constant.
Yeah, it was like a...
And then the last couple that it sounded like a real actual like tap on the wall.
Wow. Just calmness.
Thank you for communicating with us, Rachel.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Huh.
That was the first time where I ever felt it like really move.
That was your actual first Ouija board
first
experience.
real time, yeah.
That was your first ever Ouija board
Yeah, I know.
experience.
Like I said,
Like
the
I used
Fort
to do
Garry.
that. Like I used to do it like a little bit, like in high school. But glad you finally. What?
Oh, I thought I saw something on here. Rachel, if you're still here, can you show yourself on this grid? Oh God, there's a rabbit there.
You scary?
Yeah, he freaked me out. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. Nothing on this thing.
The QuakePod really hasn't done much yet, has it?
No.
Maybe we should move it eventually.
It said fell too, like down the stairs there. That would be a pretty hard fall. You could probably...
It would be. Yeah, I hope it's not dying down already.
I know, me too.
It's like how often does it happen where you have like the most activity and right away? it just dies immediately after.
Yeah.
Cause like even she like responses on the Ouija board were just like dying out. Like she'd only do like partial words or say yes or no.
Yeah. I know. It was like it would stop halfway through a bunch of the words, like or the bunch of the letters.
Yeah.
And even halfway through Rachel, but it would stop like between the letters.
Even when I said, like, okay, it did RAC, I'm like, okay, like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What?
Shut up.
What did you see? I heard the wrong.
A shadow.
Really? Rachel, are you
Right
here?
from here, this way? Like over this way or that way? Oh God, that was me.
I had no idea what Johnny saw. He was standing in the kitchen, I was standing on the landing, and we were just talking about our Ouija board results, and he just took off like a bat out of hell at something in the living room. Yeah.
And even halfway through Rachel, but it would stop like between the letters.
Even when I said, like, okay, it did RAC, I'm like, okay, like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What?
Shut up.
What did you see? I heard the wrong.
A shadow. You didn't see it.
No, I was on the landing.
Oh. Yeah, it was like, man, a shadow. Holy fuck, that scared me. Oh, fuck.
Rachel, thank you for...
Is that the Quake pod? So what I saw on the laser grid is kind of hard to explain because I caught it out of the corner of my eye, but it looked like a dark mass in the corner of the living room, maybe towards the kitchen area, I would say. And it darted across towards the front door and set off the REM pod at the exact same time too. But it was only later when I was editing it that it actually looks like something's dipping down and like almost doing a snake formation kind of up on the ceiling. So it's so strange, but I wanted to just get in there and see and kind of clear the area, and there was nothing there.
There we go.
So it is sensitive to when it's touching. What if I do it from up here? No.
No. What about...
No, now it is.
Oh, let me try. You have to hit really hard.
So let's leave it up here then.
Yeah, we'll leave it up
Leave it
here.
right up there.
Take it off the carpet for a second.
Leather.
Leather. Rachel, are you down here? Thank you for showing yourself to Johnny, but I would really like to see you too.
Or make the Quake pod go again.
You have to step next to it. You might have to step kind of hard. Rachel, fell again.
Fell again?
Said fell again. That's the third time?
Not this again.
Here it is.
Fell.
I'm sorry about what happened, but you can't keep doing this. Like, you can't stay here. Because you're kind of freaking out the people that stay here.
You heard that?
Periodical.
What does that mean?
Periodical?
You
That's a
heard that?
good one. Was there something from the room?
It's like a little tap. You heard that? Footsteps upstairs?
I heard it.
REM pod?
And then another one? After we came upstairs to check out the activity with the REM pods, activity started to die down a little bit, it seemed. But we did catch this one extra little clip. That is until we went to bed. Yeah, she hasn't really given us any responses in a while.
I mean, we appreciate everything you've done to communicate with us tonight.
Yeah, she's done a lot.
A lot.
She might be done. Okay.
You stop.
You stopped.
You stop?
So you stopped.
You stopped?
I didn't stop.
We haven't stopped yet, but we are going to. Unless you can show us that you still have the energy to continue.
You ever notice these like always seem to be on the floor whenever you come upstairs? Bath? Check the bathroom.
It smells like perfume in here.
Oh my god, it does.
You smell that?
I smell it, yeah.
I can't.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wave?
What?
Are you waving at us right now?
Hi. That is fucking weird. We come into the bathroom after and then wave like hi.
Like hi. Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
My knees are weak. You heard that?
Yeah.
A little knock in here. It sounded like a little knock on the window.
Often.
That's creepy. That's where the attic is? In the bathroom? Fuck that.
I'm not sure we're getting up there.
I'm not going to even try. No, thank you. That was weird. Come into the bathroom. Oh god, come into the bathroom. Hello. So the bathroom incident was really creepy, but it might not have been as, significant as the other things we caught throughout the night. And that was when the Ovula said bath, so we decided to chase it into the bathroom to see what we'd find in there. And that's when we were hit with a very strong smell of perfume. Jordan was actually a couple feet behind me and he could smell it clearly, just like I could. We'd never smelled that exact same perfume smell anytime throughout the night, which that's why it stood out to us. And then when I opened the shower door, it said wave. And being in a washroom where there's a mirror sitting in front of you and just the glow of the light that, with the camera and everything, it just really creeped us out. I didn't really want to look in the mirror because I was scared that I'd see something else back, but I did and waved. And ultimately that was kind of that moment. It was a really creepy moment for us. the very end of the night, we decided to go into our rooms and try and catch a couple hours of sleep before we had to leave. But I was sitting on Patreon and TikTok just messing around, and that's when I heard that same ticking sound coming from inside the kitchen that I heard during the Ouija board session. Jordan thought maybe it might be the fridge, but I knew it wasn't the fridge. It was like coming in groups of 3. So you can see that I got out of bed, I started filming. Luckily that I turned my phone on. Jordan was passed out. And when I went into the kitchen, the hood range light flicked on, and I kind of backed off just to figure out what was going on. Like, you can see that there's a little power button on there that you have to press, and that flicked on. And then I went to Jordan's room and we talked about it afterwards, and it was already 5:30 in the morning, and there was no way I was going to get to bed after all that. So we just packed up our stuff and ended up leaving. But that was a really, key moment for me, that there was something there, because I was all by myself awake and it flicked on.
Our findings at Jeffrey's house definitely confirmed to us that his second home in Manitoba is for sure the site of real paranormal activity. What we still aren't sure of is the legitimacy of the story that Jeffrey heard from his neighbor about the circumstances surrounding the woman's death who had previously lived there, the woman that we presume to be Rachel. While speaking with Rachel through the Ovilus or through the Ouija board, she used the word fell 3 separate times, and Johnny and I have different opinions on to what this might mean. He thinks that there might be foul play involved in her death. I believe that there may have been an accident, but either way, it seems that Rachel was reaching out to us to inform us that what we had heard about her death may not be accurate. It's very possible that one of Rachel's neighbors heard a glorified story of her death after it happened, and her story has been further sensationalized after decades of being passed down. Rachel's husband may have run off with another woman. We were not able to confirm or deny that part of the story or even develop a theory on it. Maybe it was true and he did run off with Rachel's cousin. We feel that as devastating as this could be for someone, this doesn't necessarily mean Rachel took her own life. However, the sobbing sounds heard from the basement and the sobbing that Johnny had heard during our investigation does make us think that there might be some legitimacy to the story. We weren't able to find any archives to corroborate anything. We weren't really given a specific year or anything to look at, so we couldn't find any hard facts. But as always, we welcome any suggestions you guys have in the comments. Do you think Rachel was a victim of foul play? Or did she take her own life?